Hello everybody, Untitled back again with another video, and today's video is gonna be about talking about this year's third Masters 1000 tournament that is just around the corner. And the tournament I'm talking about is of course the Madrid Masters 1000 tournament that will begin on Monday. Yeah guys, it is a clay court tournament like you all probably know, and I'm gonna do a preview here guys. Once again, a time for a preview video. These previous videos, guys, is always difficult making. And for me, it is both fun doing them and at the same time painful doing them. Because painful, because you don't know, man. Everybody can beat everybody, more or less. Besides Rafael Nadal, not everybody can beat Rafael Nadal, of course. But all the others, everybody can beat everybody in a good given day, guys. But I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do a top 8 favorite list like I usually do, and I'm gonna mention some dark horses. And let's get into this video, guys, without any further ado. On my 8th place, I actually, and you know guys, you know the routines. 8 to 5 are the quarterfinal players, I believe will go to the quarterfinals, and 4 to 3 are of course the semifinals, and 2 to 1 are the players that will face each other on the final. Alright guys, you know the routines. Alright, let's get into this. On my 8th place, guys, I have Davidovich Fokina. I believe that he can make it to a quarterfinal. I think that he maybe will be tired because he's playing the Estoril at the current moment. And you know what, guys? I'm gonna change my mind actually, because look, it is between these 3 players. It is Davidovich Fokina, or it is maybe Medvedev, or it is maybe Cristian Garin. All these 3 players are laying down on the bottom section of the draw, and I have a feeling that one of these 3 will make it to the quarterfinal. I don't know. I'm not super in love in Daniil Medvedev's performances on clay. I know that he has made a final in Monte Carlo a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Daniil Medvedev. Semi-final or final, something like that. He has been in Monte Carlo in the past. I know he has defeated Novak Djokovic on a clay court match in Monte Carlo. I know that he has never won a match in Roland Garros on clay. Never he has won. And he is doing his first appearance here in this clay court season, because we all know he was forced to withdraw in Monte Carlo because he had COVID. He was tested COVID and he couldn't anticipate there. Can he make it to a quarterfinal here in Madrid? Yes, he can. Do I believe he'll do it? You know what? I have a feeling he will not. I have a feeling Davidovich Fokina, he might upset Daniil Medvedev in the second round. Davidovich Fokina, he's playing Estoril at the current moment. He's playing the semi-final. Maybe he will be a little tired, but he has a qualifier in his first round, Davidovich Fokina, so I think he will pass that one, and then he will face Medvedev, who has obviously a bye in his first round. It is between Davidovich Fokina or Cristian Garin. One of these 2 will make it to quarterfinal, I believe, and I have Davidovich Fokina / Cristian Garin on my 8th place. Davidovich Fokina / Cristian Garin. Cristian Garin is a pretty decent clay court player. I don't know, I just don't fancy Daniil Medvedev on clay courts. I have to see him play first. I have not seen him play any clay court matches this year so far. Alright, I have Davidovich Fokina on my 8th place / Cristian Garin. I have a feeling that Daniil Medvedev will get upset. Alright, let's go further. On my 7th place, I have Aslan Karachev, the journeyman from Australian Open, guys, who did a great Australian Open, great run, semifinals there. Then won Dubai, his first ever tournament win, a 500 class tournament there. Then obviously lost against, he didn't do great in Monte Carlo, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't do the greatest run there. And then he played the final in Belgrade, guys. Defeated Novak Djokovic there, an epic battle over 3 hours. And he has a decent draw. I have not seen crazy big threats on his way. Karachev, he has Humbert as his first round opponent, Hugo Humbert, who is a tricky player, talented young player from France. And then he has Diego Schwartzman. Diego Schwartzman's best surface is clay, but this is in Madrid. We should not forget high altitude here. The ball flies really fast in the air here. So it is not like the other clay court tournaments like Monte Carlo, Rome, French Open, you name it, or Barcelona. It is on Madrid. It is high altitude here. Aslan Karachev, he should take out Diego Schwartzman in my opinion. He's a shot maker, Aslan Karachev. He has good backhand, great forehand, decent serve, decent returns, moves good. Aslan Karachev, I have a feeling will take out Diego Schwartzman. That is my feeling. I have a feeling he has a tricky opponent in his first round in Hugo Humbert. If he survives Hugo Humbert, which I believe he will do, Hugo Humbert has not been looking crazy good, and then he has Diego, and I think he will pass Diego Aslan, and after Diego, the cards are really open for Aslan Karachev, really, and I think that he will make it to a quarterfinal, Aslan Karachev. So Aslan is on a 7th place. On number 6th place, guys, I have Alexander Sasha Zverev. Sasha, who lost in Munich yesterday in the quarterfinal against Ivashka. That is not a shame to lose a guy like Ivashka. He's a big hitter, guys. He almost took out Rafael Nadal in that first round in Barcelona. First round for Rafael Nadal, second round for Ivashka. So it was a tied 3-setter that Alexander Sasha Zverev lost in Munich against Ivashka. So I'm not taking too much. That is not making me too much concerned, to be quite honest, because Ivashka is a big hitter, guys. He's not a bad dude, even though his ranking is not saying that he's deadly dangerous. But if you can take Rafael Nadal to the limit and always defeating him. Because who pushed Rafael Nadal most in Barcelona? Of course, Tsitsipas in the final, who was only 1 point away of defeating Rafa in the final. And then after Tsitsipas, it was Ivashka in the first round, guys. So, and Alexander Sasha Zverev lost to Ivashka in that quarterfinal in Munich. So, it is not, and it was a tied 3-setter. So I'm not taking too much concern about that. I'm putting Alexander Sasha Zverev on my 6th place. Alexander Sasha Zverev, to me, he has become the new quarterfinal specialist. He's going to these quarterfinals. He was in quarterfinal Australian Open. And lost there to Djokovic. He was in quarterfinal in Munich. Lost there to Ivashka, like I mentioned. So he's becoming the new David Ferrer, the new Andrei Rublev, the new Nishikori, who are going to this quarterfinal appearance and who's losing there. And I have a feeling the same thing will happen here. He will go to the quarterfinal. Alexander Zverev, he has some obstacles in his way. He can face a player like Nishikori or Evans or Shorty or Kashanov. So he has some tricky opponents on his way. They can definitely take him out. Absolutely. I would not be shocked if Evans takes out Zverev, or if Nishikori takes out Zverev, or if a player like Kashanov can take out Zverev. I will not be shocked at all. Shorty, I don't think will not stand a chance against Alexander Zverev. A chance, of course he has a chance, but I can't see Shorty taking him out because he can face Shorty as well. But players like Nishikori, Kashanov, Evans, they definitely can take out Zverev. But I believe Zverev, he will take himself to a quarterfinal. He will find a way. It is time for Zverev to do a great run on the Masters now, because he didn't do a great run. He has not done great runs on Masters in the latest Masters that he has played, to be quite honest. A quarterfinal appearance, I think he can make, and I think he will do it. All right, guys, on our 5th place, I have this to me was a difficult decision. This number 5th place, it was between 2 players who will take it. Because the 5th place, like I said, 8 to 5 are the quarterfinals players that I believe will go to the quarterfinals. And the highest player that I have on my quarterfinal list is, of course, the number 5th. And that was a difficult decision for me to make, because it is between 2 players. And the player I decided to have on my quarterfinal appearance is Dominic Team, guys. Yeah, guys, Dominic Team is playing his first tournament since he played, I believe, Dubai last time he played, and lost earlier there against Lloyd Harris, if I'm not mistaken. He's playing his first quarter-final tournament, clay court tournament in this 2021 season. So I don't know where I have Dominic Team, both physically, mentally, consistency level, you name it. I know that Dominic Team's best surface is clay. I know that he can do a lot of damage, and I'm expecting him to go to quarter-final, even though that he can lose before quarters. Everybody can lose before quarters, besides Rafael Nadal, in my opinion. Even Rafa can lose before quarters, to be quite honest, because he's human, guys. Yeah, we call him many times the clay court machine, but he's human. And he's not 25 years old anymore, so Rafa can also lose before quarters, but it is more likely that other dudes in this list can lose before quarters than Rafa Nadal, at least in my opinion. So Dominic Team is on my 5th place. He has a qualifier in his first match. I don't know who that qualifier will be. Then in his second match, he can face a player like Dimitrov or Diminauer. He can face players like he can face Dimitrov in his second round, or Lloyd Harris. Most likely Dimitrov, but you never know. Dimitrov is not the greatest consistency machine on the tour, to say the least. So Dimitrov can definitely lose against Lloyd Harris. And then in his second match, then he can face players like like Diminauer in his third match. The Dominic Team, he can face like Diminauer or Munar. That also is on the collision course. So players like Dimitrov, Lloyd Harris, Diminauer, or Munar. Yeah, they have a decent chance against Dominic Team. At least a Dominic Team who's making his first tournament for over 6-7 weeks, and at least for a Dominic Team who's making his first appearance on clay in 2021. But I don't see these dudes, Diminauer, Munar, Dimitrov, or Lloyd Harris, taking out Dominic Team before the quarters. I just don't see them doing it. Maybe I will be wrong, who knows. Dominic Team, he has not played any clay court tournaments this year, but he for sure has been preparing himself, and he for sure has been training on clay for several weeks. So he should be ready. He should be ready to go to the quarterfinal. Alright guys, Dominic Team is on my 5th place. On my number 4th place, guys, now we are on the semifinals appearance here, guys. On the semifinals. And this is the player that I was thinking about, to have him on 4 or to have him 5, to have him 4, to have him 5, to have him 4, to have him 5. And in the end I decided I will have him on my 4th place. And the player that I have on my 4th place is... No, it is the other player that I was thinking to have him on my semi-final stage or quarter-final stage, of a semi-final stage or quarter-final stage. Because the player that I will mention here on my number 4th place, I was pretty convinced. Not convinced, but I was pretty... I was not thinking about... I believe he has a good chance to make it to this semi-final. And the player that I have on my 4th place is Matteo Brettini. The reason I have him this high, he has a great draw, guys. He doesn't have big threats on his way. He just won Belgrade. He played some good tennis in Belgrade. And this is on Madrid. High altitude, his serve will help him, his forehand will help him, he will do a lot of winners because Madrid is not as slow as Rome or Monte Carlo. Like I said, high altitude, the ball will fly fast through the air here, and he has a good draw. He has a decent draw, and he just won Belgrade. He looked really good in Belgrade, and many people forget. And even I've forgotten this. Matteo Brettin is actually a decent clay court player. He has won 4 tournaments in his career, and 2 of them are won. It has been on clay, guys. Two tournaments I believe he has won on grass. 2 tournaments he has won on clay. So he's never won a tournament on hard courts, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me down below if I'm wrong. So Matteo Brettini, he can do some noise here, guys. He really can do. And on his way, on his first opponent, he can face a qualifier or Fognini, and to draw Fognini as your first match, it was always great. Fognini is not the greatest consistency machine in the world. We all know that, guys. Fognini, Paré, Monfils are probably the biggest Santa Clauses we have on tour. So I think that Matteo Brettini has great chance surpassing Fognini in his first match if Fognini wins his first match, which is never certain that he will do. And if not, Matteo Brettini will face a qualifier. So, and then Matteo Brettini can face players like Busta. He can face Busta in his second match, and Pablo Correa Busta is always dangerous on clay. PCB really can do some damage on clay, but I just think that Matteo Brettini, he will feel confident going in this Madrid, and he will take out Busta if he faces Busta in his third round clash. So, and then Matteo Brettini, so I think Matteo Brettini can go to a semi-final really. So I have Matteo Brettini on my 4th place. Alright guys, let's go further, let's go ahead on this list. On my 3rd place, and this is the dude that I was thinking, to have him in 3rd or to have him 5th. To have him in 3rd or to have him 5th. This was a not easy decision, and I decided in the end I will have him 3rd. And the player I'm talking about is Andrei Rublev, guys. Andrei Rublev is on my 3rd place. I think Andrei Rublev, he can really do some noise here. He has had a 1 week rest because he's he plays tennis tournaments almost every week. So he was pretty tired in Barcelona. I never had any big expectation on Rublev to make a big run in Barcelona, which he didn't. And so he has had a week off. He has rested, so he will be fresh. And I think, and he has a decent draw. He can face. He didn't have any big names in his first round match, and then we can have a rematch from that Clash of the Titans match that we had in Barcelona between Rublev and RBA. Not in Barcelona, I'm sorry, in Monte Carlo, where Rublev took out RBA after playing almost 3 hours, something like that. So we can have a rematch between Rublev and RBA, and I have a feeling that Rublev will take out RBA. But you never know. RBA is a decent, good clay court player, and he's playing in his home country. So we have a rematch in the horizontal, guys, between Rublev and RBA in a 3rd round clash, if RBA makes it that far, which I think he will do. So I think we will have a rematch from Monte Carlo between Rublev and RBA. So, and Rublev, he should fancy his chances. He's a pretty decent clay court player, to be quite honest, guys. Hard court and clay are probably Rublev's best surface, and grass is his worst surface, in my opinion. So I have Rublev on my 3rd place. On my 2nd place, and now we have the finalists, guys. And you probably know who these finalists will be. And yeah, guys, this was to me an easy decision who the finals will be. For me, these two are the best clay court player in the world at the current moment. The other player, he's the greatest clay court player of all time, so he doesn't need any presentation at all. You all know who that player is. But on my 2nd place on this top 8 list that I've done, I have Stefanos Tsitsipas. Stefanos Tsitsipas, he maybe will not make it to the final. He make it to the final in Monte Carlo, won there his first Master 1000 title. He made it to the final in Barcelona, was only 1 point away of defeating Rafael Nadal there. So maybe he will have some kind of reaction, maybe he will lose in a quarterfinal, or who knows. And I will not be shocked, I will not be surprised, because Stefanos Tsitsipas is not Djokovic, it's not Nadal, it's not Federer, it's not any consistency machine. Nobody is as consistent as the big 3. So maybe he will lose before the finals. I will not be shocked, I will not be surprised. But considering what I've seen from him, he's playing some really good tennis with his forehand, with his serve. He's doing some damage he's doing some really good damage in first strike tennis, in the serve plus points. His weaknesses it is his forehand, it is his backhand, it is his returns. But on clay, he has time to go around and hit his forehand, so he can avoid a lot of backhands. And even when he hits his backhand, he's doing some good damage, even with the backhand. He's not doing tremendously many winners with his backhand, but at least he's not doing crazy many unforced errors like he does on hard courts and grass, because he doesn't have the time to prepare himself as much as he does, as he has time to prepare himself to prepare himself with his backhand on clay. So I have a feeling he will go to that to the final, Stefan Tsitsipas. And on my number one spot, guys. And Tsitsipas, he has some to say. He can face Bashashvili in a second round match. And Bashashvili, we all know he's dangerous. He won Doha, and he's playing some an event. I believe he's playing in Estoril, if I'm not mistaken. He has taken himself to the final there, Estoril or Munich, something like that. And he's in the final there, Bashashvili. So Bashashvili will be tired. I don't think he will take out Tsitsipas in the second round. I just don't think so. But you never know. And then he can face Felix. The Tsitsipas, he can face Felix. Felix, by the way, who has a really difficult first round match against Ruud, but I think that Felix will take out Ruud, to be quite honest. That is my feel. I don't know. I think that Ruud is a good, decent clay court player, Casper Ruud, but I think that Felix, look, Felix, he's an inconsistency machine. He's a unforced error machine, but Felix, he should take out Casper Ruud. Casper Ruud has just played a tournament, and he lost pretty badly, 6-1, 6-2, a tournament in Munich or Estoril. I don't remember where exactly. But he lost pretty badly, so he should be tired, Casper Ruud. And I think Felix, he should be fresh. And he has, I think Uncle Tony has taught him some how to play clay court tennis. He has taught him to be little shot tolerant, to have a better shot tolerance. So I have a feeling Felix takes out Casper Ruud. Who knows? I may be wrong. So, and then Tsitsipas can face Felix. So you never, and there, you have Cam Norrie there as well on Tsitsipas section. Filip Krajinovic is also there. So Cam Norrie, Filip Krajinovic, Casper Ruud, if Casper takes out Felix, but I think Felix takes out Casper, and then Felix, I don't think Felix, Casper, or Krajinovic, or Cam Norrie, or Bashashvili, or even Paré, who knows, maybe Paré defeats Bashashvili, but I don't think Paré is probably the biggest Santa Claus we have on tour. So no, I don't think these dudes take out Stefan Tsitsipas before, at least, I think at least Tsitsipas will go to quarterfinal. That I'm pretty confident. And then in quarterfinal, everything can happen. And on my number one place, guys, it is Rafael Nadal. I know Madrid is his least successful clay court Master 1000 event. He has won Monte Carlo 11 times. He has won Rome 9 times. He has won Madrid 5 times. The altitude hurts Rafael Nadal. You can hit him easier. You can hit through him easier. You will be more rewarded with your serve. But man, look, Rafael Nadal he's been called the greatest clay court player of all time for a reason. He has won 61 clay court tournaments. He will play in his home country. He will be deadly, deadly dangerous. For me, Rafael Nadal is the man to beat in every single clay court tournament he plays. He will probably not win every clay court tournament before French Open. He will probably not win like he used to do 7-10 years ago. But he is, for me, my number one player. He is, for me, the man to beat. He was that in Monte Carlo. Rublev defeated him there. I don't think we will see a new the same Rafa Nadal like we saw in Monte Carlo, where he did 7 double faults against Rublev. I think he has cleaned up his serve by now. He should have done it. I don't think he will do 7 double faults in a match here in Madrid. I don't think so. And I just think that Rafael Nadal, man, his shot tolerance, his consistency level, his forehand, his physicality, his mentality, like I did a video a couple of days ago, my top 6 reasons why Rafa Nadal will win French Open. Nobody has these 6 reasons better than Rafa Nadal. Man, nobody has. His confidence. Who does have better 6 reasons than Rafa Nadal? His confidence, his physicality, his forehand, his defense, his offense, his consistency level. All these 6 reasons that I mentioned in my latest video. Do we have a player in this draw who does these 6 things better than Rafa Nadal? No. Of course, Rafa can be defeated. Of course he can be defeated. He's human. I will not be shocked if somebody takes out Rafael Nadal. I really will not. At least not before quarters. But from quarters, semis and finals, I will not be shocked. I will not, guys. I would not. I picked Rafa to lose against Stefan Tsitsipas in that Barcelona final. And I almost nailed that prediction. I almost nailed that prediction. I was 1 point of nailing that prediction, guys. Why did I pick Rafa Nadal to lose? Because Rafa Nadal is more vulnerable nowadays than he was 10 years ago. He's older, guys. He doesn't move as great as before. He doesn't hit his backhand as good as before. He's not serving as good as before. But he's still damn doing all these things better than everybody else. At least when it comes to forehand, nobody comes close to his forehand. And at least nobody comes close to his defensive skills. Nobody comes close to his offensive skills. At least not on clay. These three things, his forehand, his defensive skills, his offensive skills, he's much better than everybody else, guys, on clay. Much better than everybody else. Physicality, maybe someone can challenge him. In confidence, maybe someone can challenge him. Mentally, maybe someone can challenge him. But forehand, defensive skills, offensive skills, nobody does these things better than Rafa Nadal, even till this day, even when he's 34 years old, almost 35 years old. I have Rafa Nadal on number 1 spot. I think it is time for Rafa Nadal to win this Madrid tournament for the 6th time. He has not won it in 4 years. Last time I believe he won it, it was in 2017. So there you have it, guys, my top 8 list. My number 8 place, Davidovich Fokina / Cristian Garin. Number 7 place, Aslan Karatsev. Number 6 place, Alexander Zverev. Number 5 place, Dominic Team. Number 4th place, Matteo Brettin. Number 3rd place, Andrei Rublev. Number 2nd place, Stefan Tsitsipas. And number 1 and on my number 1st place, Rafael Nadal, the greatest clay court player of all time. I think it is time for Rafael Nadal to win his first Master 1000 title in 2 years' time. I believe last time he won a Master 1000 title was 2019 in Rome. I think he will be really, really hungry. He always is motivated. Always, always. Every point is like a match point for Rafael Nadal. But especially when he plays in his home country, like we saw when he won Barcelona, a 500-class tournament. It was not the Masters, it was not the Grand Slam, and when he won, it was like he won a French Open for the 14th time. For the 14th time, he celebrated. He was laying on his back. He loves winning his home country event, and he will play in his home country, even though the conditions doesn't suit him as great as they do on Monte Carlo, Barcelona, and Rome with the high altitude. Even though it is much easier hitting through him in Madrid than it is on Monte Carlo, Barcelona, and Rome and French Open, but it will still be difficult beating him. It will still be difficult beating him because he is so consistent. He is so damn consistent. He never beats himself. Never. If you beat him, you need to earn that victory. He will not give the victory to you. So, guys, some quarterfinal appearances. I think Rafael Nadal faces Alexander Zverev. He takes out Sasha Zverev. And then I think that Rublev faces Dominic Team. I think that Rublev takes out Dominic Team. This is a really toss-up for me. This match is for me difficult to call. Rublev versus Dominic Team. It is 3-2 to Rublev in head-to-head. Dominic won the first 2 matches between them, and then the last 3 matches, Rublev has actually won 1-1 on clay courts matches. They have faced each other 2 times on clay. It is 1-1. I really hope I'm wrong here. I really, really want to see a match between Team and Rafael Nadal in the semifinals. I really want to see a match between Team and Rafael Nadal. Team is the 2nd player in history to defeat Rafael Nadal most times on clay, 4 times, Djokovic with 7 times. So I really want to see what Dominic Team can bring to the table against Rafael Nadal. And I think Dominic Team definitely can defeat Rafael Nadal in a potential semifinal. But I'm picking Rublev to defeat Dominic Team. Hope I'm wrong in that prediction. And then the 3rd quarterfinal is between Berrettini versus Davidovich Fokina. I think Berrettini takes out Davidovich Fokina or Cristian Garin. And then the last quarterfinal is between Stefan Tsitsipas versus Aslan Karatsev. I think Tsitsipas takes out Aslan Karachev. And the semifinals will be between Rafael Nadal versus Andre Rublev. I think Rafael Nadal takes his revenge from the loss he got against Rublev in Monte Carlo. I think we will see a much better Rafael Nadal against Rublev. Rafa was average against Rublev in Monte Carlo. Rafa will not be average against Rublev in a rematch here in Madrid. And then the other semi-final will be between Stefan Tsitsipas versus Matteo Brettini. I think Stefan Tsitsipas takes out Matteo Brettini. And then we will have a new rematch from Barcelona between Rafael Nadal versus Stefan Tsitsipas. And I think Rafael Nadal will take out Tsitsipas in the final. If Tsitsipas couldn't defeat a good level Rafael Nadal in Barcelona. You who say Rafa was average in Barcelona, you don't know a thing about tennis. Rafa was not average in that Barcelona final. Trust me, he was not average. He was not great mode, he was not beast mode, he was good mode. Even though Rafa was in good mode, Stefan Tsitsipas couldn't take him out. Stefan Tsitsipas, if he couldn't take him out there, why should I pick him to take him out here in Madrid when Rafa will not be in good mode? Maybe Rafa will be in great mode in a potential Rafa Nadal-Tsitsipas final in Madrid. So I'm picking Tsitsipas to take out, Rafa Nadal to take out Tsitsipas in a final. So there you have, guys, my preview about this Madrid Masters 1000 tournament. Some dark horses, like I always say in the end of my videos. A player like PCB, he always a dangerous dark horse. He can make some noise. RBA can definitely make some noise also. He can take out Rublev in a potential third clash round between Rublev and RBA. And PCB also can do some really damage on the bottom section of the draw. He can also go deep. PCB, I would not be shocked. And a dark horse then. You know, Felix, I will say Felix will be a dark horse this time. I don't know, I just have that feeling. I think Felix will take out Casper Ruud in that first round match. I know Casper Ruud is a dangerous clay court player, but I just have a feeling that it is time. Felix is not a bad tennis player. He's an inconsistent tennis player, a weak mentally tennis player. He has good forehand, he has pretty good serve. Decent backhand, moves good. He's a good athlete, guys. Felix Aliassime. He is just so weak mentally and so damn inconsistent, and his shot tolerance is horrible. If he improves his mentally, if he improves his shot tolerance, if he improves his backhand, he can do noise. He can do some noise. So I think Felix is one of my dark horses. PCB, RBA, Felix Aliassime. There you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. See you next time. Peace.